I have something different. This is going to be the start of what hopefully will be acceptable to everybody. We are doing, and I'll explain it here in just a second, exactly what we're doing and how this is going to work from here on out. From here on out, for those of you who are catching this later, on Tuesdays and Fridays and Saturdays, for most occasions, the lives will be done much differently than they have been in the past. Since we've been doing these lives like we've been doing, where I do one theme for the entire both sessions, that's ending. As of today, there will be, for the most part, a morning live and then an evening live. By morning, I mean 1 p.m. We will at some point flip-flop. So if you missed the 1 p.m. live, you can still go back and watch it. The afternoon live, you can still go back and watch it. No big deal. But it's going to be different. And I'm doing that because I want a more focused live, so that the afternoon live is going to be more geared towards European subscribers. It may not always be that case, but in cases where I want to fine-tune our lives towards a more focused area, that's going to be the case. And it probably will be the case for quite some time. Tonight, oh, I forgot. I am Nature Guy X46, and this is Nature Guy X46 Presents. This is my channel, and on here we talk about all things natural, nature. Yeah. So that tells you what we're going to be talking about. My lives are different, and that yeah, we've already talked about that. We are doing a closer look live tonight, and basically a closer look is going to involve, for the most part, invertebrates, animals that don't have a backbone. And that is certainly the case with today's creature. It is about as unique as you're gonna get. Because not only is our animal an invertebrate, it's something you wouldn't expect to find in a lake in my home state, and maybe in your home state too. But it also is an invasive species. Now, unlike other invasive species, it's not affecting the environment. It may compete with other animals, but it's not creating, to the best of my knowledge, it's not creating extinctions left and right like you might see in some cases. So let's talk about it. First off, it is called a freshwater jellyfish, or the peach blossom fish, or peach blossom jellyfish, as it is known in China, where it comes from. And now I think I'm reading your mind here, or your minds here a little bit. And you're thinking, is this thing dangerous? Should I be worried about it? No, you shouldn't. Because to the best of my knowledge, and based on what I've seen online, it can't sting you. Their nematocysts, their little sting cells, cannot penetrate our skin. Some people say they do, but I don't have enough evidence for that. So we're not going to go there. We're going to assume that they can't and just be done with it. Let's see what else. They measure about 5 to 25 millimeters in diameter, or 0.2 to 1 inch in diameter. So they're not very big. Sometimes, usually, they range from the size of a nickel to a penny in some cases. So they're not very big. They are translucent, but they may have a whitish or greenish tinge to them. These jellyfish have 4 large tentacles, but they also have a good number of shorter tentacles. Now, those longer tentacles, those are called arms. And their main job is to keep the animal stable as it's swimming through the water. The shorter arms are the tentacles. And I didn't get a really good image of them with their feeding arms. Wow. And it's going to be really hard to see. But you can see there what the shorter arms might look like. And then just around the bell, with these being the arms. So the arms do not sting. It's only the tentacles that actually sting. Now, if you live in an area where these jellyfish exist, you might see the medusa, but you're probably not going to see the other forms of it. And there are 5, but I'm mainly focusing on 4. One of them is the podocyst. I don't know. I know they're in Wolf Lake. And Hammond, I know that. I don't know about Lake Michigan. Oops. All I keep getting is, yes, Michigan does have freshwater jellyfish, but it doesn't say Lake Michigan. So apparently Lake Erie and Lake Huron, but I don't know about Lake Michigan. As of yet. Now, is it saying Lake Michigan or is it saying Michigan? Because that's two different things. If it doesn't say lake to it, because what I got is, yes, Michigan does have freshwater jellyfish, but they're not saying that it's Lake Michigan. Yes, Michigan does have freshwater jellyfish, but freshwater jellyfish can be found in most Michigan lakes. So did I. And I got, yes, Michigan does have freshwater jellyfish. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, yeah. Okay. I guess I didn't phrase my question right. That makes sense that there are. They are distantly related to true jellyfish? That makes no sense. I would think they look like regular jellyfish to me. So they go through a period where they're called podocysts, and these are basically when things go bad, they can seal themselves up into these little spheres and survive it. I don't know how long they can stay in that form. Well, the other thing you have to look at is like with mine, the first thing that pops up is an AI overview, and the AI can be wrong. The adults develop eggs, and these develop into eventually a free swimming juvenile. What happens is as he's free swimming around in the lake or wherever they're at, they will come down to the bottom and they will form a polyp. Now, if you remember, we talked about the green hydra earlier today, and that forms a polyp. And at this stage, they are feeding, and they're going to be eating protozoa, or maybe not protozoa, but they're going to be eating small stuff. We're going to ignore the bud on this guy. But basically, they form a polyp. We're going to ignore this. And it's not going to be green, but it'll come up to the top and it'll have the tentacles at the top. Hey, Victoria. I am feeling very uncomfortable in my house right now. Anyway, when it's ready, it will start going into asexual reproduction. Remember how the green hydra, as it came up, would start producing clones of itself? The polyp does the same thing. It will start producing clones of it. Right. I don't know. I don't know on that score. So they will develop these polyps. Basically, upside down. The polyp is going to develop upside down medusas. Upside down little jellyfish. And eventually they will break off and become free swimming medusas. Medusa being an individual jellyfish. As far as diet goes, these guys are going to be feeding, yeah, so basically, old jellyfish go through different phases, like we've talked about. Oopsie. This phase right here, you have that, and then the tentacles. This phase is called a medusa. Now, it's not a type of jellyfish. It's just the phase that the jellyfish is in. Victoria, how you doing? So this jellyfish is going to be eating zooplankton, and zooplankton can be a lot of things. It can be the larva of many different animals, including fish. It can be little tiny crustaceans, little tiny arthropods, the whole 9 yards. So small stuff. So we've talked about the animal itself, and now we're going to talk about the anatomy. So these guys are tiny, like we already said, and just like our hydra, they're composed of 2 layers. But in between those 2 layers, there is a substance called mesoglia. And this is a thick, somewhat elastic material. Now, jellyfish are different than our friend the hydra. They're not limited to where they can go. So they will take in water into their bell and then push it out. And that's how they move. Some of them have eye spots on the bell. And some species, they actually hold onto the larva form within their bell and then release them when they're ready. Now let's talk about the tentacles. And this guy, we have 4 arms, right? These are the oral arms. And if you look here, that bluish, those are the tentacles. They're much smaller. Not in all species, But at least in this one, I'm not sure what this one is modeled after, but it is these arms that help to stabilize the animal as it moves through the water. And then the tentacles hold, again, the stinging cells. Like the green hydra, they have a digestive cavity. That's the mouth. That's also what the oral arms are for. They guide the food into the mouth. This is where the food gets broken down and absorbed into the body because they don't have a stomach and they don't have a they don't have a stomach and they don't have intestines. So anything that they can't digest, since they also don't have an anus, they will expel that. Also, like the hydra, they have a nerve net. They don't have an actual brain. Also, like the hydra. Hi, Jennifer Ricks. I think I remember you. I seem to, anyway. What? What's up? Or maybe I... Yeah, there's nobody here. That's okay, though. We got this. I know. I know she's been here before. Because I remember we talked about her name. So, another thing that's quite similar to the hydra is these guys don't have lungs, so they, of course, can't breathe. So, gases are released right into the water and taken in right from the water. Jellyfish, their role in the environment. No, I'm just... I lost my place. Oh, I gotcha. Role in the ecosystem. These guys are carnivores, and while they're not eating big things, they are predators for small things. I imagine they're probably pretty effective predators of zooplankton. And we've already talked about what zooplankton is, but we can talk about it again. It is the larval form of other animals, such as small crustaceans, fish larvae, and so on and so forth. And that is that. I have never seen freshwater jellyfish, so I can't talk about them like I have the hydra. But I do know they're supposedly in 48 bodies of water within my home state. So quite a few lakes. And I'm assuming they're spread out and not just in my home state, but in other places. But we can talk more about that in videos on the subject. I don't like giving away all the secrets. How is everybody doing? I believe so. If I remember right, they do. But they also reproduce asexually. So as a jellyfish, I don't know how much reproduction I cannot type tonight. I know while they're in their polyp form, as a medusa, they reproduce sexually. As a polyp, they reproduce asexually. To the best of my knowledge, they do not um so yes and no to this question. Um yeah. Although it also says that they are either all male or all females, and that sexual reproduction is rare. A bloom of freshwater jellyfish is either all males or all females. Interestingly. So it can be. So yeah, if you have questions or comments, let me know. A bloom is a bunch of jellyfish all at once. It's not, no, it's not, it would not be the eggs. It's when you have a bunch of jellyfish in the water at the same time. That's a bloom. Yeah, it is a substantial increase in jellyfish population within a short period of time. The result of higher reproduction rates. Jellyfish blooms are substantial growths in population of species within the group that jellyfish are in. So it's, I mean, they can be in groups, but this is more an explosion of population. And they're saying that as the oceans get warmer, the number of jellyfish might increase. So, kind of scary. It won't necessarily impact us unless these animals begin to really eat up fish fry. And then that could be an issue. I should have grabbed my other glasses. Um, I do want to stress again that we are going to be doing lives a little bit differently. So, tomorrow's live, AM, or not AM, at 1 p.m., we are doing the Caspian seal. And then the 6 p.m., not 7 p.m., 6 p.m. Live, we will be doing the hooded seal. And those are learn to cares. So it will be a little bit different. Again, we're sort of focusing in on the hooded seal. Is an Arctic animal, whereas I believe it's Arctic, and the Caspian one is Eurasia. It's in the Caspian Sea. I'm hoping I have my geography right. Okay, it's on the border. It's on the border between the Caspian Sea and the Asian Sea. So, or I am tired or something. It is on the border between Eastern Europe and Western Asia. So, and it is not connected to the ocean, but it is a salty lake. Good to know, I guess. So that will be tomorrow. Yeah. Questions or comments or anything else? I was gonna look up and do some more of those, like, news things. That I did the other day. And I gave up because I was tired of seeing the political stuff. So, yeah. That just didn't happen today. I hope everybody in the UK is doing okay. Seven-inch destroyer, Chelsea B, transport time, Lincolnshire transport. You guys are all in my thoughts and my prayers. I feel like there's other people I'm forgetting. But those are the ones that come to mind. I guess if you're from outside of those areas, it doesn't matter if you come in or not. You can come to either one. Much love to all of my subscribers, new and old. We managed to make it to somewhere today. 675 subscribers. We are currently at 15.9 thousand views, and I expect that number to be higher tomorrow, as well as a watch time of 215.5. I expect that to be higher. Yes, I did. I did know that. And that happens periodically. Earlier today, we were at 1,934 public watch time hours. So we're climbing. We are climbing, baby. I did not know that. I did not. Trying to find. Huh. Oh, poor baby. I saw a new exhibit. Wow. It's not. It's an interesting exhibit. I don't know if I like it. Not my photo. It's basically sand and some what looks like dead trees and some rocks. It's mostly rocks. Interesting. Aw, strawberry claws? That's cute. I wonder. I love looking at pictures of zoos. Um, yeah, I don't know. Well, that explains it. If it's found off the coast of Queensland, it's probably in there with um the reef, the Great Barrier Reef. Very. I wonder. It looks like it maybe has some hair on. Yeah, it's got some hair on those legs. Interesting. Interesting little guy. Trying to think if there's anything momentous that I need to mention. We are doing a Q&A. Believe it's February 1st. We'll do it at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m., depending upon what day that is. And yeah, you can leave questions in the community page. I will make a post for that. If I haven't already. And you can leave questions on it. And with that, I will talk to you guys later. Oh wait, not yet. We still have time. I don't want to pop out too soon. That's why I'm talking about it now. If we don't get any questions, then live for that day just will not happen. Or it'll be a different type of, and I might just open it up to chat. Yay, a new spider. I love spuds. I doubt it will be trivia. Because we have trivia. We have trivia on. Seems to me we have trivia coming up. Yeah, we have trivia. So that's probably a Saturday. We have trivia on Tuesday. So it's a Saturday, so then trivia on Tuesday. Yeah. Sweet. Love spiders. Spiders, spiders, and more spiders. Okay, I need some clarification. Is that 48 new species of spider? Cool. Works for me. Works for me, works for me, works for me. I love spiders. In case you guys didn't know that. I need to come up with stuff to talk about when stuff like this happens. 10 millimeters isn't very big. I don't think any. Maybe it's bigger than I think it is. Yeah, it's 0.3, 0.4 inches. He's a small little baby. Yay! I love trappies. Trappies are so cool. There's just something about an animal that sits and waits for its food to come along versus an active predator. I don't know. I don't know why I like that so much, but it seems kind of cool. Okay, guys, it is 8 o'clock. My head is pounding. I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks for coming in. It's been fun. Remember to never give up on yourselves and always keep learning. Love one another and keep reaching for your goals. And I will see you, I promise, in the next one. Goodbye. Goodbye, Carol. Goodbye, Carol. I want to make sure you know that I'm gone before I leave.